Bob said he coming in. Bob said he gonna be in, right?
I'm popping in. He's gonna pop in late. We said I start without him.
All right.
But he with his mom now. He had the hospital with his mom. My grandma.
Okay.
Emergency.
Okay. Let's see. This button over here. Turn the volume down. All right, let's see here. We hit this right here. All right, let's see. Ooh-wee. Boy. Who we got here? We got somebody in here. What we got going on here? All right. What's happening? Great afternoon. What's popping? What's good, y'all? All right, this is old head kicking with a young cat. Boswell ain't with us today. He's gonna be out for a little. He's gonna be in a little bit late, but he on the road traveling. But he's gonna be in soon, y'all. All right. Who we got? Who we got with us? I'm James Schuler. Who else we got?
We got Javon here. McCray. We here?
Javon McCray. Okay. I lost you.
It's really gonna help the community. I was talking about this one because we do it a lot here.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Part of your voice cut out. I don't know what happened. Someone cut out there. So I heard part of you.
Yeah, I said we do it like our topic today, half-ass change. I think it really affects our community, and we got some good points to help us understand what that means and how we can do better with it.
All right now, okay. So today we got a little bit of a sensitive topic, but we're gonna get into this till we got 30 minutes, and like I said, Bob's gonna be in shortly. He's on the road traveling right now, but he's gonna be in shortly. All right, but what we're gonna talk about today: half-ass change. People half-ass changing. I'm gonna tell you for me, I'm gonna let you know why this is important to me, because I see a lot of it, and I've been down that road where, man, change done happened so many times in my life, and it just kept happening. I kept starting over, and I stayed in some bullshit. All right, ain't nothing ever popped off the way I wanted to pop off for a little while. I was doing good and looking good, but really, I was really fighting to maintain that.
Yeah,
and that went on for a long time. So I had to make some changes, and what I thought I was making some changes with, I was finding myself right back at that same place again. And I always look at what the heck was going on. What was I doing wrong? I was half-ass changing. I wasn't changing all the way. So I wasn't really buying into it like that. I was thinking more about you know what I'm saying, Javon? I'm thinking about more about what I do.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what? Huh?
Example would be that basketball player who really want to be good at basketball, but he only trained once a week. He's barely training. He's going to some games, trying to score 50 of them games. He's not training though.
Yeah, you half-ass doing the job. You half-ass do. You know, I gotta get this damn job, and I gotta stop being late to work all the time. When I'm late to work all the time because I get up a little bit too late, I say, you know what? The problem is I gotta go to bed earlier. No, you're doing a good thing, but you ain't doing the thing on the right end. You making a change. You saying I got to change. I'm gonna go to bed earlier, but that ain't gonna change. That ain't gonna help anything if you still getting up at 7 o'clock and got to be to work at 7:30.
Exactly. That's the
type of half, huh?
Yeah.
That's the type of half-ass change. But let's keep it official though. All right. When I was sitting back thinking about this topic, half-ass change, right? It really ain't. It's really not about what you do. You feel me, Javon?
Yeah.
It's really not about what you do. It's what?
About your mindset and wanting to do it.
Right. It's your mindset. You want to do it, and more so, even that plus a little bit more to it. It's the limit you set. How far you willing to go. You know, some people say I'm you know, give you an example. Like I know some cats that they go through some stuff with their baby mamas.
Yeah.
And then they run into some issues where now mama tripping, baby mama family tripping, it's a whole bunch of bull job going on, and now old dude like, you know what, later for everything. He don't see his kid no more for a while.
Yeah.
And over a period of time, he started to feel some kind of way. And then he decided, you know what, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna fix that. Maybe he got some cats in his ear telling, yo, you gotta make that ain't right, man. You gotta fix that. You ain't seeing your son no more, or whatever. Now they'll say, you know, I'm gonna make a change. I'm finna change that. And then they'll start going around seeing Shorty again. They'll start talking to Shorty, start picking him up, taking him out, and all that kind of stuff. But here's where that half-ass change come in at. If old girl don't change her mindset toward him, sooner or later, she keep acting the same way she was acting, he gonna flip, and next thing you know, he gonna stop coming around, see Shorty again. Because his change went all the way. It wasn't whole, it was half-assed.
Yeah.
So now he stopped seeing old girl. He mad with little he taking out his frustration with old girl on Shorty again.
Like but hear me out. Is he wrong for doing that? Like, should he expect that if he putting that extra effort towards her and she's still like giving him a hard time, does he continually do what he's supposed to do?
In his mind, he may be justified. And his ego and his pride may tell him he's doing the right thing.
Yep.
But Shorty gonna say, Daddy, why you doing me like this? You know what I'm saying? That's what the problem is right there. Forget about what he think and what she think. What about Shorty?
The kid, right?
Yeah. What about what he think?
Huh?
Yeah,
and it's like, cause the baby, they're gonna toy with you. They're gonna play with you. They're gonna tell the kids stuff too. So at the end, you come in there at a disadvantage. As a man, what am I supposed to do if I'm a dude, right? Maybe I'm a little sensitive. I'm in a situation with baby mom.
All right.
I'm going over there seeing the kid more. I'm even probably paying more than I'm supposed to pay for child support more. Some dudes do that. I'm saying some dudes do that. If she still say she taking that money and not spending on a kid, say she taking that money, spending it on a new boyfriend, does he still continually give the money up? Or does he continually still treat her with that high regard if she's not using it in the right way? A lot of dudes need to hear.
Huh?
A lot of dudes need to hear that answer, because a lot of people I know in a twine where they're not reciprocating the appreciation for their hard work.
Yeah. Ooh. I feel so bad for him. No, man, listen. No, seriously. Devon, serious. I'm being serious about this. Yeah, yo, listen. We talking about your seed. We talking about your son. We talking about your baby.
Yep.
And we in the process of that, we playing what kind of game? So she ain't doing what type of thing? She ain't. But listen, the same way if you playing child support, right? If you going through the court to pay the child support and all that, they don't drug you to court. You need to understand one thing: she gonna drag you to court. All right. Yeah. So if she gonna drag you to court and you doing what you supposed to do, and she ain't doing what she's supposed to do, well, drag her ass back to court.
So you saying take a legal act?
Yeah. Why you gonna neglect Shorty because she ain't doing what she supposed to do?
Supposed to be a man about it, right?
You know what I'm saying? Take her the same way you got that down the support. Listen, the only difference when you look at hunting, I love it. I love using this. I love using this idea. When you think about hunting, only issue with what make hunting the way it is the fact that animals don't understand that they got guns too. They just not using them the way we using ours.
Right. Yeah.
See, once the animal, I watched this show called Zoo. And once the animals realize something happened with the animals, and then they realize that, wait a minute, we ain't got to be scared of them. Listen, they started hunting us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little dog act like he was slick, and he ran out the house, and the little girl started crying, and the father ran behind the dog, and the dog run up the street a little bit, and the father run behind the little dog, and the little dog stop and wait for the father to catch up to him, and the father did the dog to take off and run some more, and the dog did this and ran the father all the way up into a pack of bigger dogs, and they attacked his ass.
Oh. Yeah,
you see, I mean, so the whole point for me bringing it up is to saying that, listen, what's good for one is good for the other. If you're going through something with, if you're going through something with Shorty, and you taking care of your responsibilities with your kid, and Shorty is trying to play you like a poop putt. All right, seriously, Shorty trying to play you. She got you all wrapped up in the sauce. You ready to pop off on everybody because you think you paying for somebody else's rims. You mad right now? You like, man, come on. I know them. I'll make you want to cut his tires and stuff.
Right.
I get it. Drag her to court, drag her to court, and make her produce some receipts about what she did with that money.
Man, who did you hear this?
Just get some receipts. The same thing they're gonna tell you to do. They tell her, I gave you $400 last month. Where's that?
Right. You know it.
Show it to me. Show it to me. Your boss, he gonna buy us. Your boss made it with us. Show it to us. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, don't see. The problem is we'll half-ass change that shit. We're gonna half-ass change. Right. What we do, we come into the picture. We say, you know what? I'm taking care of my responsibilities. I'm doing what I'm saying. Y'all listen, who we got out here in the thing right here? I don't know who out here. I think let's say Tony and Sarah. Let me know if you watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Y'all agree with me? What's happening, Boz? What's happening, Boz?
Sorry, y'all, man. I was running late. Had to take care of the mom Dukes, man. I apologize for that.
No, we never apologize for that. That's what we supposed to do. Yeah. Listen, you walk right into a hot one right now.
I see.
You walk right into a hot one right now. Right. We talk about half-ass change, but Javon went in and he said, y'all don't mind, I'm gonna bring Boz up real fast. Javon said, he said, what about fathers who or baby daddies who's paying in their child support? They're doing what they're supposed to do as far as that goes. And baby mama is taking the money and doing what she want to do with it, get her nails done, get her hair done, or going so far as to taking care of old boy with the money. And he said, what can we do about that? What position we should be? I said, man, listen, first off, my first position is this. Oh, wow, it's me, woe is me, woe is me. I'm so sorry you're going through that, bruh. All right, that's my first thing right there. But secondly, do something about it. The same way you got on child support, the same way you can get her to take care of the money. Make her produce drag her on the court and tell the judge, I gave her $500 last month. I don't know what she did with the money. Can you ask her to produce some receipts? I think she's doing some illegal stuff or some funny stuff, and my child ain't getting the money.
Hey man, I've been in the situation. I've been in that type of situation. I had my daughter up here, actually 3 years ago. Drive down to get her, drive her back. Mm-hmm. All my expense. While she's up here, she go to school for a year, but the child support money is going down to North Carolina. I contact child support, ask them, okay, my daughter said I'm showing proof that she's in school here. She's on my medical insurance here. Can we temporarily stop that until she goes back to what's the name? They told me you have to go to court. Okay, I could go to court where let me know where I gotta go. Oh no, you gotta go to court in Greenville, North Carolina. How I'm gonna do that and then work and still be able to take care of child support? I mean, because my job not just gonna let me jump up and just leave because I have court in North Carolina. So it's like it's a lot of stuff that you gotta go through. But men, if you're on child support, even women, if you're on child support, but it's something like the paperwork you're just gonna have to do, man, because they literally are ripping whatever party that's on the child support.
Right. Listen, this is how all that match with half-ass change. All right. Because for one, if you're serious about making the changes in your life and all that good stuff, what you're going to do is you're going to really look at okay, what can go wrong and what can I lose if I handle this the wrong way. All right, yeah. That's going to be the first thing you will look at. Now, once you get that figured out, okay, I understand all kind of craziness going to happen here, and you understand that you got to look at things a little bit different here, and you believe that deep inside. Now, you run into a situation like this right here. All right, first thing you got to understand that okay, I'm a grown man, and as a grown man, I got to do this. I got to find out who can help me with this.
Yeah.
And then you got to humble yourself and go, because there's many places out here that'll help a cat that's going through something with some child support stuff. It ain't like it used to be. It ain't like it used to be. I know, I know, man. I know, mad people. Shoot, I know. I'm looking at somebody who's in the chat who's watching the summer. Shoot, they run the organization. That's what they're about. It's helping agencies, helping individuals who's going through some things with child support. So it's things out there. But if you half-ass changing, right, you're gonna come to a limit of how far you want to go with this shit stuff. So you're gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna make the change. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. It may be because you need to get your driver's license straightened out. Who knows? But you may be motivated to make that change, and you're gonna try to reach out, and you're gonna try to make it right.
Now I can give you the flip side on it. Me again, same situation with my firstborn. I was put on child support, and I, as a young dude, I didn't understand what child support really was. I was just like basically like scared, like you could go to jail if you don't such whatever, right? So, you know what I'm saying, older heads, older guys, you know what I'm saying, older OGs who I looked up to or took advice from was telling me just go get joint custody. You know what I'm saying? Go get your joint custody. At that time, it was in the 90s, early 90s. Go get joint custody. I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I'm going. So I'm going back and forth down to the thing on the court system, and because that's you could go downtown, talking to the people, his mom there and everything, and I'm not even, you know what I'm saying, utilizing. I'm taking the easy route out, like fuck it, I just let them put me on child support, but I really could have like put myself on joint custody and have the same responsibility, be able to take care of my son, and they, however the judge moved it, it would have been way different than what I'm going through now. But that part was my fault for not, you know what I'm saying, listening to half-ass changes. Not, well, I want to change, but I ain't taking the actions to you know what I'm saying, to make the changes.
Right. And we got to understand the elements, what dynamics is in the way. We got to understand that. There's a lot of stuff that's in the way that we're not even aware of.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead, Jeff.
Even knowing what to do sometimes is hard. And I think that obviously in life, always gonna throw some curveballs into our lives. Even doing this show, we making sure we doing this every day. It's always gonna be mad stuff in the way of trying to get us out to doing the show. But we want to do the show, obviously. So we keep it going. Some stuff we want to do, we'll do it. But then if we don't really want to do it like that, I'm telling you, we don't really make that change.
Yeah.
Right. But listen, little story. You got to understand all the elements. Y'all know how I like to tell stories, right? I like to tell a story. So look at here. We know here's a fact. I just learned this not too long ago. I just learned this. A flea can jump 40 to 100 times its height. I just learned this. A flea can jump 40 to 100 times its height. So it comes right around. This scientists say it's around 2 feet. Now, some scientists did a experiment. They want to do cause and effects and all that kind of stuff. So they took a bunch of fleas and they put them in a jar. When they put them in the jar, they started jumping out the jar real fast. But they were able to gather all the fleas up, and they put those same fleas back in the jar. Then they put a top on it. And the fleas are jumping around inside the top, and the scientists, they set the jar on the shelf and left it there for like 3-4 days. And when they came back, they took and they opened the top of the jar, and the fleas wouldn't even jump out.
Oh.
They wouldn't even jump out. They stayed in the jar. They became so conditioned to being trapped in that jar to where they stopped banging their head on the top of it, and they would only jump up till they got almost to the top of the jar, and then they go back down. So they all bounce just like that. And then when the jar top was off, they didn't even know it was off, so they kept jumping. Now I'm gonna take that story a little bit further for you, right? I'm gonna add a little bit to that story. Imagine if you left the fleas alone for a while. One or two things will happen. If you left them uninterfered, nothing happened to them, they may start to jump back out of the jar again. All right, they may start to jump back out of the jar again. But what if they started having children? They start multiplying in the jar. They're going to train their offspring not to jump only so high. So you could end up with a whole jar of fleas that's all staying to a certain limit. Now imagine you had some wicked social mind and you wanted to control people like that, and you put a ceiling and you put consequences over it when they try to go beyond that, and then you group them up a certain kind of way by certain characteristics. I mean, this thing can go all over. But y'all see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I see where you go, because it really is happening.
Yeah. So when we talk about change and half-ass changing, what you do is you can make the full change. I would say, I would go so far as to say, my brothers, that most people do make a full change. The problem ain't making a full change. You feel me? Y'all follow me with this?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is maintaining the full change. How far are you willing to go with it?
Exactly.
How far are you willing to go?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you got a cutoff point?
Like, you say?
Do you got a cutoff point?
Sure.
Yeah. Like, here's the situation. How many people like will work hard for that $10,000 and then they get that money and they stop doing that same stuff they were doing to get that 10 grand?
A lot of people. That's a popular thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm emotional about my life too, like staying consistent in my routine, what I do every day.
Because their perspective is to get that 10,000. They don't have no end game once they got that 10,000. So once they get that 10,000, they stuck to like, okay, what I do with this 10,000. They don't have no, you know what I'm saying? They don't have no blueprint, no blueprint or no roadmap to where, okay, once I get this 10,000, what I'm gonna do? Am I gonna invest it? Am I gonna get some land? Am I gonna get this? Am I gonna get that? To, you know what I'm saying? To keep that feeling keep coming. They once they get that 10,000, or I reached it. They don't have no that blueprint.
Listen, I think yeah, for a lot of cats, they don't have that blueprint. But you know what most cats do, man. Bob, you know like I know, Bob.
Oh yeah.
You know they do. They blueprint. Listen, this is their blueprint. I'm gonna get my 10 grand. I'm gonna give me some rims. I'm gonna get some stereo. I'm gonna give me some speakers. I'm gonna give me some amps. I'm gonna give me a Pioneer. I'm gonna give me a Pioneer. Put in the deck. And I'm gonna put me some tweeters. I'm gonna put me some tweeters and horns.
Be able to ride around for a month, get a little bit of attention, and then
yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
That's half-ass changing. It looked good on the outside. It looked good. We got my raggedy whip. I got some rims on it. I got some beats in the trunk. You still ain't got no insurance though.
Still on the permit.
Half-ass changing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But seriously though, it's just how far are you willing to go in it. That's what makes it half-ass. It ain't what you do. It's how far you willing to take it.
Yeah.
Are you gonna clean your car up?
Mm-hmm.
It's sharp.
Right.
Now go a little bit farther and get some insurance.
Right.
Don't stop at the rims.
Don't stop at the rims, man.
Seriously. And if you really feel good, get some license.
Get some license. That's what I was saying.
Right. Figure out this child support situation. Get hold to some people. Find out what you got to do and get your license straight. Yeah. Make a payment plan. Pretend like they run a center or somebody. Pretend like they nice egg and make a payment plan.
You actually can make a payment plan. This is like this is crazy. Yeah. You actually make a payment plan on taking care of your kid.
Right. You don't. It ain't like it used to be. Now it's just so many people are in default on different things that they make deals now. Now here's the deal. How many opportunities are they going to give you to violate the deal? That's the issue now.
Yeah.
You see, they ain't gonna give you the opportunity to violate it a whole bunch of times. You're gonna mess around. You're gonna violate one too many times. You're going to jail.
Or you violate and you're gonna end up before they release whatever. You're gonna be paying some money to get out that. Yeah. So basically, go to jail too. You're gonna pay some money.
What's the famous word, y'all? Arrears.
Yeah, man. That's what's killing me right now. Arrears.
That's the one you don't want. You don't want to learn listen, Jay. You don't want to learn. Any of y'all young heads out there, you don't want to learn what arrears mean.
Facts.
You don't want them to put no arrears on you, but they put some arrears on you, you got a problem.
Because it ain't the child support money that you paying out. That's the money you owe basically to them for paying child support. So and they're gonna make sure they get theirs. They're gonna get theirs before your kid gets his or hers.
Yeah. So half-ass change, you make a full change, man. You don't. It's sustaining that change, y'all. It's about sustaining it. But you make the change and then you sustain it. You hold on to it. You keep it moving. You keep doing it. You don't go. You don't have a limit. You don't say, "Well, I'm willing to do this much."
Right.
It could be for whatever. It could be for your child support. It could be for we talk about child support, but it could be for anything. It could be for your education. I mean, we could be like, you know what? I know some young cats I actually know some young cats right now that they are waiting. I know, seriously, and it was like that when I was a kid too. It ain't changed that much. I know some young cats who are waiting to get to the age so they can take the GED.
Instead of going to school?
Yeah. Right now, I know some young cats, 14, 15 years old, they are dead set on taking the GED.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Huh?
Here's what I'm thinking about that. Like, couldn't that come back into the point of they only want to get their GED because somebody else wanted to? They don't want to get it for themselves. Because if they wanted to get their GED, they would just go to school.
It could be a lot of factors. That could be one of the factors, but it could be so many different factors. But you know what the one big factor could be? Remember when I talked about that the flea in the jar?
Yeah.
And they start having babies.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It could be a situation where the parents don't have it, and so they don't set, the example isn't set there so that you can go higher than your parents. And so no one in the home really stresses the importance of getting the diploma, getting the high school diploma, or even showing importance in school. You see, they'll let you oversleep. They don't get up when you get up.
Right.
They'll let you oversleep.
You oversleep because they oversleep. Everybody in the house sleep.
True. I was one of my little cousins. Sometimes if the teachers, administrators, or whatever, see that you don't have no chance, they'll even push the envelope to try to convince you to just go ahead and take the GED, man. You're not even on track to graduate on time or such and such. I say to each his own, but at 16, man, you should at least try to give it your all to graduate. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't graduate, or it's tough. Try to give it your all to graduate. I was in those shoes. I had to take my GED though, because once I left high school, didn't graduate, left high school, ended up basketball, man. So I had to take the GED if I wanted to get on that basketball court at MCC, which I took it through going through college courses, but it ain't nothing like just walking that stage, man. It's just something that's just a milestone in your life you should want to have.
Hey, listen, trust me. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Yeah, Pops, you got a couple kids that already graduated high school, though, so you'll be a flea of generation where you actually help your kids elevate higher. You don't gotta be mad. You helped us out a lot.
Right. 3 of y'all did, yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Now, on the flip side, I get it. So, because some people, right, we don't all learn the same way.
Right.
We all don't learn the same way. There's many different ways of learning, and there's many different ways of teaching people things. But unfortunately, when we stuck in a place where they only do it one way, if you don't have those skills, that's needed to make that change and to grow, you fall off. You don't get any better. You get labeled.
Yeah.
You get diagnosed.
Yeah.
You get classified in quality. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens to you.
You get put in the most uncomfortable position, I think, as a kid or whatever. Because I don't even call it a learning disability. If you have a different way of learning, and that teacher only teaching you one way, but you can't catch on like the other kids can. You get put in a classroom with 4 teachers. It's like you and 3 other kids. You get put on the shortest damn bus. So they basically exposing you. You're basically you got this damn light on you showing that you have a learning disability. That's going to cause a kid to be, man, I ain't trying to go to that school and I'm getting embarrassed. Because the other kid's going to pick up on it and you're going to get embarrassed. And I think that's the wrongest way to do that, if that isn't even a word, but that's the wrong way to do that. You basically exposing that kid.
Yeah, and not only is it exposing them into being looked down upon, but it's putting them in a situation to where they got to have some type of defense. If you're not intellectual, you can't outthink of people. You got to outbox them.
Yeah.
So that's what they're gonna go to, man. It's crazy though.
Right. So when you got literally, I mean, they always talk about what's going on with the kids, why the kids acting this way, why they doing this. When you have so many kids that people are rushing to classify, to put them in a situation to say there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna drop out of school as soon as they get a chance.
Word. For real.
Most time minorities, man. They're not doing that to the privileged kids.
Oh, but the difference is this. My dude, the difference is this. This is where it's going back to us again. We got to make a whole change. Because I'm telling you, man, listen, it's a whole bunch of women around the country right now that's changing schools.
Like switching their kids
No, like making them change the curriculums, making change the positions, making them change people. There's a whole lot of women that's getting together and they working to make differences. So what I'm saying is that if your situation ain't getting any better, that's because not a lot of times what's happening is either you don't know what to do yourself or you just ain't doing it yourself. So your child don't feel like this. That's what's meant by investing in your child. All right, yeah. You not just saying, boy, let me see your grade. Not just answering the phone when the school call, but every now and then picking up the phone yourself, every now and then sending an email yourself, every now and then going down to school yourself, every now and then doing more than just pretend like what you do is you pretend like his math class is his basketball game and show up.
And at this point, I think it should be more because they're trying. I mean, I feel like they're trying to keep parents more away from the school with the thing that's going on, this pandemic or whatever going on. And like I said before on a previous show, I haven't seen this dude come home with any homework. So he's not coming home with any homework. What are y'all teaching my kid in school? If I'm not going up there to find out what y'all teaching my kid in school, y'all could be teaching this boy anything. Y'all could be teaching him your agenda, anything.
Right, exactly. And that's partly the change you gotta make. We gotta make that flip from just sit back watching.
Here's what I think.
Go ahead. What do you think, bro?
I think that maybe maybe call it and put him in something that's more specific to what he likes doing. I know, because we agree it would be tough to change the curriculum. Because I know they probably put him in anything, but maybe if he's a artsy guy, put him in like an arts class or something but it's like.
This why I cover the trades and the trade, the coding, the STEM, because that is your future. If these kids are our future, why are we still trying to teach them Lil Nas X songs and in music class or you know what I'm saying, all this or gender, or they should not know their gender or you know what I'm saying, trying to have a genderless type of thing. You teaching them stuff that I don't think he should be knowing about at this age, but you're not teaching them trades, code, and STEM. These things that coding and STEM is the future. Like pretty soon, the Tesla, the Ring doorbell, that's all that junk is like coding. STEM is like way further, take you way further. But like, why aren't we forgive me, it is in some schools, but it's not the schools that my kid is identified like. Not these schools that we know in my community.
Honestly speaking, bro, not in many of them. Honestly, in New York State, there's a lot. There's opportunities based on geographics. What do you say, Javon? You got something you want to say?
I'm thinking if I'm in this position of teaching the kids, I'll be honest. I'm not saying it's right. I wouldn't teach them either, because it's not our job really. Yeah, they're gonna say we supposed to teach your kids this stuff, but is it their job really to give our kids the answers to the stuff that's gonna make them successful?
Yeah, because they're using our tax dollars. We do have a voice, and if I don't want my kid learning this like certain things, and I'm paying my tax dollars, but it's not going to just take me. It's not going to take James. It's not going to take you. We all got to go down to these, those meetings and like demand that. How you think those schools get those? They books are not outdated. They getting the proper education because they're going to stand together. They're going to make sure that if you're going to get in office, you're going to get my vote and my tax dollars. You're going to do what I want. We the people. Is what I want my kid to learn. Not what you're just going to just go by and teach my kid what maybe I don't want him to learn right now. So yeah, it's on us.
And if we go ahead.
You'd rather call a basketball coach than a school teacher.
Yeah, but you got it's more. Sometimes it's more than just to call. See, sometimes the buck stops at the wrong spot. The school teacher has to do certain things. They got to follow certain directions, directives, and so forth and so on. The bigger issue that Boz is referring to is not as much on the individual level. It's more so on policy level. What's actually driving everything? What's actually what are the restrictions? What says that? What is the thing that says you must make sure you include this and there and those and these and thems into this whole process called education. And I tell you, man, listen, one of the real worrisome things about that type of process, and this is why we got to make whole changes, is we got to get really into it, because one of the problems that I see with that is not as much the fact that what they're learning or not learning, but the real issue is how much information is being pushed into such a small space of time.
Right. Yeah.
See, when you a sponge, if you take a sponge, right, try this at home. Take a sponge and cut it up in a couple of different size sections, and then put it in different and put water of the same size and put different size sponges in that water, that same amount of water, and watch. Each time you're gonna get less water picked up based on the size of the sponge, because you can only put so much information into a certain amount of space.
Right.
And that's how our brain works. If you got a child from 7 a.m. from 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. and the only thing you've done over the course of years is include more stuff in that time, that child is learning less every day.
Yeah.
Every year is learning less.
So hear me out, James. If they can do if the scientists can do the jumping with the flea tick stuff and look at tests on that, they have to know this stuff.
We lab rats too. We lab rats. We're testing on right now. We just don't know it. The likeness on Facebook. These are all tests. Your likeness, what you like. Like I could go on Facebook and it's already going to throw up different type of things off of what I liked. It's going to throw, like when you're on anything, it's going to throw up everything that you're interested in, because when you're going on there, you know what I'm saying, it's all a test. It's all like, you know what I'm saying, that's why they got the damn like button, to see what you like and what you don't like. And they're gonna throw that traffic of what you like more your way. What you don't like, you ain't gonna see it. And that's what keep them moving. It's a machine, Javon. It's really a machine, man. This whole system is a machine.
And listen, my dude. Here's the funny thing about it, right? A lot of people, a lot of times we become surprised about the obvious. Now, it's a machine. It's a machine. Yes, it's a machine. We call it a system. We call it. We call it a system. What is a system? An order of how things are supposed to go. This is how things are supposed to go. So if you're not involved in the system, you become victim of the system.
Lost in the system.
Yo, right. Yeah. What's it? Somebody said here, Nicole said there needs to be more parents going to these PTO meetings so they can say what they will not allow their children to participate inside the schools. Yeah, Nicole, I agree with you, Nicole, but I think before we go to the school, right? I think this is one of our biggest problems. We quick to run someplace and start raising hell before we find out the what's and hows and the particulars about what they're supposed to do. So we make sure that we're going at it the way where we can have our voice heard. Because sometimes we go to a situation, we run up in the room, and then they slam the door on us. Like I seen the thing where a dude got arrested over in Webster. I think it was Webster, someplace. He was over at a school board meeting, and the people, they kicked him out and they grabbed him and they threw him out of the place. And everybody got mad about it. But That's the rule of that organization. You can't do it. I've seen a situation where a kid got suspended from school and they wanted to address it with the school board, and one person went up there and spoke, and then they didn't let nobody else speak. Well, that's because they didn't know the rules that the board operate off of. If 15 people go in with the same complaint, they're gonna make that a class action on one person speak for you. Nobody else can speak. So before we go into these meetings, let's take 2 minutes, y'all. Let's make a full change. Let's don't make a half-ass change. Let's don't make a half-ass change. Hold on, let me get my phone there. You know, let's don't make a half-ass change. Let's make a whole change. The whole change is this. I learned what I'm supposed to do. I learned what I'm supposed to do. I learned how I'm supposed to do it. And then I learned how long I'm supposed to do it. And then I become committed to those things. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Doc had them to my routine.
Yeah. But listen, all this is great. All this is great. I'm going to let Javon, let you have the last word, though, because we don't went way over 30 minutes. We got way up into this one.
I was going to ask you to, can you explain to Nicole what her sentence should have been? Like what she should have said.
For which one? For what she said about the PTO meetings?
Yeah.
For one, I agree with her. I'm trying to stop my phone making noise over here. I agree with what Nicole said, that yes, we need to start going to more of these meetings. We need to form PTO groups. We need to be involved more and more with our school's education process, with our kids' education process. But what we need to do also is educate ourselves of the process, so we don't just show up.
And let me throw in one point. The thing is, when we go like a PTO meeting, though, I mean a PTO meeting, whatever PTO meeting, that's not gonna change the policy in the schools, though.
Not in the beginning, but when it starts. It starts getting a voice it starts getting people out. Here's what I see. One of our biggest, one of our other issues. I know. I said we was gonna go, but this is a topic right here. This turned into something. So here's what I see. One of our issues is, right. We want to jump in and we want to get everything done at one time. Mm-hmm. We make a list of all our problems, and then we run into a place and we say, here's our problems. Fix them all right now in 15 minutes, and then continue to conduct business and figure out how you're gonna do the rest of the stuff that you're supposed to do. No, what we got to do is we got to learn the process and learn what's supposed to happen, and then we need to go in there in situations where we say things like, I wrote this for you. This is what we want to implement it. Here's a copy for you. 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 My contact information is on the bottle. Review it and let me know what you think.
Right.
And let it be a comparison. Let it be a comparison. This is what your policy says right now. This is how I would like to see your policy amended or changed. Be real about it.
And it got to take more than just like a couple of people, man.
It don't. I've seen one person keep people from getting out of jail for a long time. Listen, my man Jalil Muthar King, Anthony Bowden, they just were talking all this junk about. I noticed this is my brother. He good people. I was locked up with him. I know his story. Yeah, some crazy stuff happened. But listen, one person, besides all the other politics that was involved, but one person kept that whole thing going.
Yeah, but he had some support from other people, though, right?
Yeah. But one person was able to. They was always able to put that one person out there to say, this is how he's a monster. Even when he went to speak at Brockport, they brought that same one person out there to speak. Okay. Now, even though it was 2 officers that got killed, they only brought one victim. So my point being not to get into either what happened with him or didn't happen with him, but my point is to say that that's another mistake we make. Martin Luther King Jr., look at the tapes, y'all. When they marched on Selma, when they came across the bridge in Montgomery, when they came across the bridge of Montgomery, look at the tapes. Before they hit the bridge, right? Before they hit the bridge, when they came down, I think it was First Street or something like that, the turn, it was like people standing on black people standing on the sides like a parade, watching. The people who struggle, they understand it don't take a whole lot, it just take consistency. That's why I say half-ass change is not about what you do, y'all, but it's about the limit you're willing to set, how long you're willing to go at this, y'all. That's how long you're willing to do it.
Mindset, yeah.
Yeah, you put yourself in the mind, I'm gonna do this forever. And then go at it. And if somewhere down in between now and ever you break down, you gave it your all.
Mm-hmm.
But don't go into it like you're going to buy a new pair of tires for your car. You see? Yo, listen, this has been real, y'all. It's 8 o'clock. We done been over. We said 15, we said 30 minutes, and we said we was done 10 minutes ago. But then here we are. Javon,
Yeah.
Young cat, give me the last word.
Hey, man. Hey, I hope everybody understood the half-ass change. I'm gonna give y'all one more half-ass change. Kids, let's train more than once a week. And that'll help you change too. If y'all really want to get better at this, I'm a basketball trainer. I want to train kids and help kids out and reach their success level. It has to be more than once a week. You want to get good at it. Or let's do once a week, every week then. But once a week, then I'll see y'all. Like I'm gonna be at Winston this Friday, y'all. I'll be at Winston this Friday, 1 to 2 o'clock. I'm gonna be doing that reoccurring. It's not gonna be a half-ass change.
All right, y'all. And there you heard it. Let's make it real. Young folks, get on out there and get y'all training on, get y'all basketball thing going on. And old folks, tell somebody young about something they need to do. Give somebody some advice, and then take that same advice yourself. All right, y'all. Peace out in Facebook world. Take that advice now.
All right.